Hare Krishna. I don't have any subject in particular that I want to speak about, but being that I'm a soldier for God, I'm sure I could find something to talk about. So, yeah, Hare Bol, everybody. Yesterday, I went to a special program down at the temple in Woodside, Queens, at the Radha Krishna Temple. And a lot of different advanced and exalted devotees were there, and I was honored that some of my friends showed up. And I just want to share something with you. One of my friends asked me, Nini asked me, she was like, "Oh, why do these people dress like Jedi Knights?" And I had to laugh because my Shiksha Guru, or my instructor, my mentor, always tells me that. Don't tell this to the devotees because they might not understand, they might think you crazy. But he always says we are the Jedi Knights of the spiritual world. Now, if you look at the word Jedi, Jedi, there was a similar word in ancient Kemet, DJ. E-D, Jed. Jed is a pillar. Jed pillar is a representative of the upper body of King Osiris, the upper four chakras. I think I mentioned it in videos before that when a man, a woman, a child, whatever, at the moment of death, right, if you're vibrating at the lower chakras, then you exit your body on a lower level and you go to a lower planetary system or a lower life form. This is what happens when you get to the judgment hall of Osiris. There's an animal there. His name just slipped me. There's an animal there. He has a composite body, hippopotamus, alligator, all kind of bodies combined. And if your heart is not lighter than a feather, if you can't go back to Vaikuntha or the spiritual worlds, then you have to get devoured by this animal. What does this mean? Srila Prabhupada teaches that there are 8,400,000 species of life on the material plane. 800,000 of those species are aquatics, or animals in the water, plant life forms, insect and beast life forms. So if you don't make it back home, you have to reincarnate in one of those bodies. The human form is extremely rare. You don't just die and reincarnate automatically as a human. There's a lot of devotees, unfortunately, that are on a downward evolutionary spiral for whatever reason, not following the orders of their spiritual master or whatever, being offensive. But we're trying to escape even human birth. We want to get our original Saksid Ananda body back. So the reason why we are called Jedi Knights symbolically is because, simple, we just choose to serve the light side of the Force. You know, a lot of people are caught up on lightness and darkness. It's not a racial conception. We're talking about light, pure energy. You can't do nothing without paying your light bill, so I ain't trying to hear that. You cannot watch my YouTube videos or Srila Prabhupada or anybody's YouTube videos without paying your light bill. So don't tell me nothing about light and there's a problem with light. Oh, let's go to the dark. Well, you sit in the dark because I'm moving towards the light. You understand? And whoever want to come with me, you're more than welcome. Lord Jagannath is real. As a matter of fact, his Ratha Yatra is coming up very soon. So I want to invite everybody to the Festival of the Carts, because when the British came to India and saw this cart being pulled by the devotees, they was like, wow, this thing is unstoppable. We will coin the term Jagannath, meaning unstoppable. So when you go to Marvel Comics, you see this big-headed evil guy named Jagannath. And what he got? He got big eyes. He got a round helmet, just like my Lord Jagannath. Big eyes. Unstoppable. The oldest religious continual festival on the planet Earth. And while we speaking about Lord Jagannath, I would like to say that first of all, Jagannath was worshipped by the Adivasi. Adi means original or primordial. Vasi means dweller. The original inhabitants of Indians. You know the guys, I'm going to tell you how they look. You know the dudes that jump off the bungee cords in the trees in Papua New Guinea or New Zealand? These people, like, they put a gourd over their genitals, a gourd like a long, like cucumber or zucchini. They put it on their genitals and they wear thongs. These men, these are like hunter-gatherer men, and they jump off of trees with these legs, with their legs tied up to some vines. Sometimes they hit their head on the floor. That's their rites of passage. Well, they look just like them. The people in the Solomon Islands, the Aborigines, or should I say the indigenous inhabitants of Australia, they all look the same. The dark-skinned Hawaiians, they all look the same. So these are the Adivasi of India. They used to worship Lord Jagannath. His name was Daru Brahman, because Daru means wood, and he was formed out of wood in that past time. millions of years ago. Y'all need to really research Lord Jagannath, because apparently he's a non-sectarian, non-Hindu deity. He is a tribal deity. If you go to the Yoruba, not Yoruba, the Voodoo tradition of Africa also has their own form of Jagannath. It looks exactly the same. So we go into ancient primordial science. This is real knowledge of self. This is not knowledge of your black self, your white self, your Spanish self. This is knowledge of the pure spirit soul which exists within. And Jagannath knows each one of y'all. So Jaga means universe and Nat means Lord. Jagannath is the Lord of the universe. He is non-sectarian. He don't care about your class, your caste, your race, your creed. He only cares about your devotion. But if I, in a black body, I go to India today, they won't even let me in the temple to worship my Lord, my friend, who showed me he's real, who showed me that I'm one of his sons. He showed me it wasn't no dream, no fanciful, niggas is drinking and now they seeing God. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was real. You understand what I'm saying? Jagannath is real. Who are these Indian people to tell a white man that he can't go in Jagannath's temple when that white man might be more of a devotee than half of them Indians born in India? Who are they to tell me because I'm in a black body and I wasn't born in India that I can't enter the temple? And if I was in a black body, if I was one of the Adivasi, the Sanskrit speaking original people of India, would they allow me in that temple if I don't have long straight hair? I doubt it. So India, you got a problem. His name is Srila Prabhupada. He came to the West to liberate these souls. And we're going to turn around and give you what you neglected for thousands of years. So this is my message to India. And this is my praise to Lord Jagannath. If anyhow I get my hands on some significant money, in addition to all of the exalted plans that I want to carry out on this planet, I'm going to build a Lord Jagannath temple with the help of the pure devotees of the Lord on this planet in the Western Hemisphere. Everybody knows the light would shine from the east and manifest in the west. Everybody knows Osiris is known as the Great Westerner. So the time for the revolution, all of that stuff takes place over here in the west. Indians wasn't even interested in Christian consciousness until Srila Prabhupada came over here and gathered some white body people, because you Indians have a concept that's messed up in your head. Your head is messed up and you don't know it all. But these Westerners, these great Westerners, is going to teach you your own religion. They're going to bring you back to Krishna. This is because you did not take the Father's jacket and put it on. So we going to put the Father's jacket on and we will purify the earth. And if you don't help us purify the earth, you will become a part of the path that we are laying. So all praises due to Lord Jagannath. We're going to get you a temple out here. Do you know the rules for Lord Jagannath temple? First of all, Lord Jagannath only wants tribal people cooking his food. You didn't know that, did you? Only the tribals. He's not interested in Indian Brahmins or white people or Spanish people or black people. He's interested in tribal Adivasis to cook his food. Okay, Lord Jagannath temple must be open no less than 21 hours a day so people can take this vision, this darshan of the Lord. It is said that a devotee receives 3,000 times the pleasure from seeing the Lord or interacting with the Lord than the Lord receives from him. So it's a no-brainer. Approach the Lord, you get 3,000 times benefit. Lost my point, but man, listen. We need a Jagannath temple over here. Oh yeah, another thing. Prasadam must be available at a Jagannath temple 24 hours a day. These are the rules. It's in the Jagannath book. So in other words, you'll never go hungry near a Jagannath temple. And he doesn't care if you Hindu, Christian, black, Muslim, Moor. He don't care. He's the Lord and friend of all. Y'all gotta get to know Jagannath Swami. Hare Krishna. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. I got things to do. But listen, man, it's about to pop. Krishna consciousness is gonna explode between now. Listen, for the next 9,500 years, get ready, because we coming through. And all I'm doing, and my brothers, God brothers and sisters, we just laying the groundwork. We don't even expect to receive any benefits from this process, except for knowing the fact that we have entered into the eternal pastimes of service to the Supreme Lord, because I am a part and parcel of Krishna. So it's my duty to serve him. And when I don't feel like serving him, I turn my back on him and I serve illusion and I serve Maya and I lose ground. So we might as well stay grounded in our position. You're a part and parcel. You have a hand. Your hand better do your will, because if your hand starts doing its own thing, you can lose your life. You can lose your freedom when your hands start doing its own thing. Likewise, we as living entities, as a part of the greater body of God, as a part of the greater energy of God, the superior energy of God, should be engaged in superior things. You should only really work 2 or 3 hours a day. But unfortunately, the Illuminati Rakshasas who's running this planet got you working up to 40 and 60 hours a week. How you going to raise your kids? How you going to have time to even think what is God? I got people out there working 2 jobs and going to school full time. They are slaves for this mechanical system. 666, according to, it happened to be a white man who was speaking about the number 666. He was lecturing to some Moorish people, and he said 666 is the mark of the consumer slave. That's why they put it on every barcode. That's the number of the beast, not some evil mythological being coming out the earth like the Arabs say, the Babat min al-Ard, Ad-Dajjal, the Antichrist. No, it's speaking about these beasts out here that would rather buy food, no, would rather buy clothes than to buy food or books to sustain their soul. You're talking about the Nicki Minaj type people out there. You know what I'm saying? Your whole life is based upon your material appearance. But if I would look into your soul, there's so many cobwebs, so much dust on your soul, baby girl. You're too pretty for all of that, yo. Wake up and serve the Lord. Krishna is the source of your beauty. Trust me, the most beautiful